Welcome, everybody. How was your weekend? Nice to be here. Nice to see you. You may or may not be able to tell that I have my original computer set up. It's all back to normal. We're not laggy. We're not on a laptop. We're here. It's still not complete, but at least my computer wasn't broken. I just had to revert back to an old operating system because I was overloaded. Which is very metaphorical to how I'm feeling in life right now. And I wonder if you guys are feeling the same. Let's see who's here today. Hi, Greg. Greetings, Jackie. Hello, Michelle. Good morning, Rachel. Hello, Linda. Greg says it's nice to see you back in working order. Yeah. Lori, hello from southern Wisconsin. Hi, Melissa. Kalani, hello. Patty, good morning. Nicole, hello. Hi, Jennifer, Tiffany, and LK. Welcome. I did have to cancel Friday's live event because my computer was on the fritz. And I just really needed the rest, to be totally honest. I could have fought with my computer, but it's Mars and Saturn were squaring, so it was a day of rest. So I hope you guys got to have some rest over the long weekend. If you're in the States and you had Thanksgiving. If you're not, Awesome, Sweat. Have a meeting in 15 minutes. We'll be here when I can. Awesome. I always record these sessions and I put them on my YouTube channel. So if you ever show up midway or you have to leave or I said something and you missed it, just search my name on YouTube and I always put the replay there. Good morning, Debbie. Happy full moon, Patty. Yes. Hello, Bonnie. How are you feeling? Happy Monday, Christine. How was your Eagles game yesterday? How do I make friends with the full moon? Feeling flaky, restless, unable to focus. Oh, Julie. I was actually thinking similar things. So I'm going to talk about the full moon. I'll describe the astrology in like a few minutes, and then we're going to pull some oracle cards to see how to utilize the energy of the full moon best. And in my description, I don't want to give too much away ahead of time because I love surprises. But it's been a pretty halting few weeks. And when we have halting energy, it can feel like we have all these things that we want to get done, but the universe is like, nope, not right now. But it's like our human mind that forces us to need to go forward and to need to do something. I've already had an emotional morning and it was just like, what the hell? And then I had to rethink about astrology, and the universe is telling us to slow down and humans keep trying to move forward. Gemini is also, so this is a Gemini full moon. Gemini rules the mind, and full moons bring the lunacy, that's what I'm trying to say. So like high emotions with the mind, with our thoughts, it can get us feeling like all these feelings of like, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I'm not doing enough. We got Mars in there today too. Yeah, let's see. Bonnie is about as slow as you can get. Yeah, Bonnie's pretty sick right now. She's bedridden. Oh, cool. Christine, soaking wet at the Eagles game, but they won in overtime. That's always great. Feel pretty rotten, thanks for asking. Well, thanks for sharing your truth, Bonnie. Good morning, Jess. Melissa says, this morning I got to walk with the full moon and it was great. Then I am a June baby. So I wonder how close this full moon is happening to your sun, Melissa. This full moon is happening at 4 degrees of Gemini. So if you guys want to take a look at your natal chart, if you know how to find what house 4 degrees of Gemini falls in, that can help you a little bit today. If not, don't worry about it. We're not going to explain too much today. Glad to know I'm not alone. Julie, oh, for sure. Yeah, keep coming to these astrology sessions. We're usually all in a very similar boat. And it's usually, like 99% of the time, it's usually because of the astrology of the moment. Imposter syndrome season. I feel that, Courtney. Yeah, I actually... Do I feel that? My thing right now is like I feel like I have nothing to give, but I feel like there's so much expected of me. And I mean, that's straight up square Saturn energy. We're going to talk about Saturn squaring a whole bunch of stuff today. That's straight up like, stop. That's what the sky is saying, like, stop. But then here's our humanness, like, no, but I have to do it, and I have to this, and society tells me this, and it's a whole thing. Not sure, waiting on my long form birth certificate for the time of birth, Melissa. You can get an idea of where the sun was when you were born, because the sun moves about 1 degree a day. So if you know the day that you were born, then you can get a pretty close idea to where the sun was. I just don't take your moon sign, because the moon moves really fast, and then you just won't be able to see your rising sign and the houses just yet, but you can still see what degree your sun was at. April, happy full moon. The moon is amazing, and oddly enough, the moon is really working in my favor. Awesome. Glad to hear. That's great. Oh, Jess, of course this is in your 7th house. Of course this curious mental full moon is in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. Oh, thank you, universe. Julie says, yes, that's it. So much to do, little energy and zero drive. Right. So, what wins? Does the universe natural law win? Or does our automatic programming societal structure win? We get to choose, you know? Christine, we are looking for 4 degrees of Gemini. That's where the full moon is happening. It already happened today. It happened about 5 hours ago. At 3:16 a.m. Central Time. So full moons occur when the sun and moon are opposite in the sky. So the sun right now is at 4 degrees of Sagittarius, and the moon is at 4 degrees of Gemini. So full moons represent a time to close a cycle. There's been gnats in this house. Oh my gosh, I got it though. Full moons are a time to close a cycle. They are a time to let go of what no longer serves you, but also to celebrate what you've created since the last new moon. So just to jog your memory, the last new moon was on November 13th. It was 2 weeks ago, and it happened at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And if you were here with us on Insight Timer that day, you might remember we pulled cards talking with Uranus and Neptune, because the new moon was opposite of Uranus, so we were feeling pressure to be unique and radical. And the new moon happened trining Neptune, so we were receiving a helping hand from our dream life to set whatever new moon intention you wanted to. 2 weeks ago, 20 degrees of Scorpio. Aisha, good morning, Jackie. Missed the first 5 minutes. Can you repeat what we're looking for on our chart? We're looking for 4 degrees of Gemini. So this full moon is being amplified by Mars. Oh, Christine, interesting. So this full moon is at 4 degrees of Gemini, yes, that means the sun is at 4 degrees of Sagittarius. Mars is at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. So Mars is just 2 degrees away from the sun here. The sun and Mars came conjunct a few weeks ago on the 17th of November. They came conjunct in Scorpio, and they're slowly going to be moving away from each other pretty much throughout the whole Sagittarius season. So Mars is our planet of action and ambition. In Sagittarius, which we didn't get to talk about because I wasn't here on Friday, but Mars in Sagittarius gives us the action and desire to explore, to search for truth. Mars will be in Sagittarius until January 4th. So we have quite some time with Mars in Sagittarius. So in today's full moon, Mars, 2 degrees away from the sun, he's adding action and ambition to the truth of the situation. And when I say truth, there's like no bias, it's natural law, it's the corrupted, unbiased truth of whatever is happening. So I guess just let your intuition answer these questions. You know, don't think about it, but what are you feeling energized to let go of? Maybe type it in the chat. What are you feeling energized to let go of? See what your intuition lands on. Another intuitive question, just let whatever comes to mind come to mind. What are you wanting to celebrate? I didn't ask myself those questions. I just typed them in and then I went along my way. What am I feeling energized to let go of are obligations, seeming obligations, you know, obligations that I make up and make myself accountable for. And what am I wanting to celebrate is all my accomplishments. I often forget to do that. I just like go on to the next thing and on to the next thing. Let's see. Julie is ready to let go of self-criticism. Especially with Gemini here. This is a full moon in Gemini. Gemini is our thoughts. It's how you think about yourself. It's your self-limiting belief. Greg, blocks around abundance celebrate the same thing. Love it. Amber's letting go of control, letting go of unhealthy relationships. Kalani letting go of old programming. I love that. I love that. Today's a great time to do all of that. Christine's letting go of self-doubt and helping Jacqui and friends. Hello, Christine. Nice to see you. So during today's full moon, we have a T-square in the sky. So full moon, sun and moon are opposite. And we have Saturn at play today, forming the T part of the T-square. Saturn is at 0 degrees of Pisces. Hello, creative. So Saturn has been heavily involved in the daily astrology for the last few weeks. As we have 3 planets right now in Sagittarius, and as each of them entered Sagittarius, they all formed a square to Saturn. So Mercury squared Saturn, Mars squared Saturn, the Sun squared Saturn. Saturn represents Father Time. He's the planet that imposes limitations, boundaries, and reminds us of our responsibilities in life. And for the last few weeks, he's been really trying to get our attention, to slow down and pause before you move forward. He's been throwing roadblocks and speed bumps so that we would have to force ourselves to slow down, hoping that we'd get the message. So today, I was sitting with this, just the energy of Saturn T-squaring the full moon. And what I was seeing was the image of like a wizard from Disney's Fantasia. Like that's just the energy that was coming in my brain. And I see this like frustrated wizard man who's yelling like, stop all the action. I've been trying to tell you to stop and you're not listening. And those brooms like come to a halt, and the centaurs who are like dancing around drinking their wine, they stop frolicking. And Saturn is just like I see him kind of like not frustrated, like angry, but frustrated with like, why is no one listening to me? That's the energy I'm getting from Saturn today. So just as like a short little recap, Saturn squared Mercury on November 10th. He squared the Sun on the 23rd, which was Thanksgiving. And then he squared Mars on the 25th, which was just Saturday. And what I feel like Saturn is trying to tell us as he's squaring all these planets is you don't have to carry that anymore. Saturn is at the first degree, or 0 degrees of Pisces, the first degree of Pisces, which is a mutable sign. All of these planets are squaring Saturn as they are in Sagittarius, another mutable sign. Mutable signs are the ones that wrap up the season. We're in Sagittarius season right now. It's the final sign in autumn. So mutable energy has to do with closing, finishing things, wrapping things up. So as the Sun, Mercury, and Mars entered Sagittarius, I see them trying to like scurry into Sagittarius. The 3 planets had been in fixed water, Scorpio. They've been sitting in their emotions. They've been like drudging through the mud. And so I see these planets walking into Sagittarius and they just want to bolt in like, woo, it's mutable fire. Let's go, let's go. But Saturn was squaring 90 degrees away, giving us 3 chances to slow down and review. Saturn wanted us to review our thought patterns when Mercury entered Sagittarius. Saturn wanted us to review our limiting beliefs. Do I need to carry this thought? Do I need to carry this belief? When the Sun squared Saturn on Thanksgiving the other day, Saturn wanted us to slow down and review our spirit, our potential, how we shine. Am I carrying things that are putting my light out? Am I carrying parts of me that are holding me back? And then when Saturn squared Mars just on Saturday, Saturn wanted us to slow down and review our drive, our ambition, our call to action. Are you overloading your energy with things that aren't necessary? So then now we have the moon in Gemini, which is forming a T-square. It's not exact. The moon squared Saturn, I don't know, probably yesterday afternoon. But now we have this T-square. So the moon in Gemini is squaring Saturn, this full moon. This is a time to double check our thought forms, Gemini, and our emotions tied to our thought forms, moon emotions. Let's see what's going on over here. Melissa says, letting go of all that does not serve me, being grateful for all that the universe gives me. Love that, Melissa. Greg says, letting go of thinking I need to do it all alone. Oh gosh, I feel that hard. Celebrate partnering with my guides and angels. I love that because there's so much energetic support. It doesn't always have to be physical support. Love that. Linda, I'm trying to know if this is the time to let go of my fur baby Luna. Her time is coming and I think it might be today or tomorrow. I'm so sorry to hear that, Linda. Hopefully these cards will give you some clarity. We're going to pull some cards in a minute. Courtney is letting go of maladaptive coping mechanisms. That's, you know, when we're letting go of all these things, guys, and this is just in general, I advise you to not beat yourself up for utilizing what you utilized for the time that you did, because you had to take on those beliefs to serve you at the time you took them on. You weren't where you are today back then. So just remember that. Give yourself some grace as you recognize what is no longer serving you, because it did serve you at one point. It got you to where you are. Christine is letting go of old family patterns. Lydia's letting go of codependency. Celebrating, highlighting my needs. That's great. Wonderful. You're welcome, Linda. Tiffany is celebrating clarity and letting go of fear. Love it. Patty's letting go of the things that I do too many words. Hold on. Letting go of the things that I do that I know are not good for me. Oh, like self-deprecating thoughts. Jacqueline experienced a similar situation as Linda in January. Greg, that's a good reminder. You're welcome. Jessie, letting go of all social conditioned belief systems, not in alignment with my higher self. That's been huge lately. Nice to see you again, Jessie. It's been some time. Lee is letting go of non-mutual connections, celebrating self-worth and respect. I love it. I love it. Linda, thanks, Christine. Just this message of letting go is giving me some insight into the message. Releasing what no longer serves me in my cluttered house. Yeah, clearing your physical space directly impacts your inner world. Trying to let go of anger and fear, letting go of trying to fix things. All right, guys, let's see. We have two different decks today, and we're gonna ask first, because this is a full moon in Gemini. Gemini is the mind, communication. We're gonna ask the Star Codes Astro Oracle, what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with this full moon? What ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with this full moon? So I always do group readings. So before I shuffle, feel free to send your energy into these cards, connecting with your highest self, connecting with any guides that you work with, connecting straight to source, whatever feels right. Asking what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with today's full moon. If you are new to me, the way that I do my readings is that I intend that 3 cards will come out for the collective, for the highest good of the collective, and the whole reading is for all of us. But I like to throw in some intuitive practice, some intuition skill practice. So I'm going to show you the backs of the 3 cards once they come out. So you're going to see the same image 3 times. And I invite you to look with everything except your physical eyes. Look with your body, look with your ears, look with your nose, look with your tongue, don't lick your screen, but look with like your aura, you know? Don't force anything. If you don't see or feel anything when I hold up the cards, totally fine. Just accept that the whole reading is for you today. However, if I hold up a certain card and like something in your being changes, that could mean that that card has an extra meaning for you today, or it holds a little bit of extra weight. If there is a number in your head right now between 1 and 3, that could be your claircognizance coming on. Just knowing which card has a stronger message for you today. The less you question your intuition, the stronger it becomes, because it's already right. You know, like anytime you have that spark of, oh, I bet it's this, it is, and we just convince ourselves otherwise. And that's it. So I'm going to show you the backs of the 3 cards, and then let us know in the chat which cards are resonating more strongly, or all of them, or none of them. Hello, Elisa. What ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with today's full moon? Here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know which of those are calling to you, if any. No rules. And I'll show the cards one more time just in case. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. And let's see. Amber 1, 3, 2, Michelle 2, Amy 2, Jess 3, Leah 3, Karen 2, Leanne 3, Kalani 1. Am I even saying your name right? Please tell me if I'm not saying your name right. People mispronounce my name all the time. Rachel 2, Jackie all, Tiffany 3, Michelle 2 and 3, Janelle 1, Amy 2, Carol 3, Tanya 3, Bonnie 2 and 3, Linda 3, Jess 1 and 3, Amber 2, Jessie 1 and 3, Patty, card number 1, I saw so much on it, I love that. Nicole 2, Patty 2, Chantel 1, Anger 2, Hourglass, Michelle 3, Cindy 3, Greg Deep Sigh on 3, Lori 2 and 3, Janice 3, Elena 2, Jennifer 1, then 2, Leslie 3, Christine 3, LK 2 and 3, April 3, like someone gave me a quick headache in the temples, that was wild, interesting. Lydia 2, Christine not strongly drawn to any, must be all 3, okay. Melissa, 1, give a sit down. 2, being pushed. 3 is an overwhelming feeling of being pushed. Interesting. Okay, I felt like I was choking and couldn't breathe through my throat with 1. And the wolf behind you called out to me. Cool. 2, the human shape behind you leapt out at me. That's my aura. I never told you guys. I got an aura reading at a festival, and that's what he said. That was pretty cool. 2, the human shape behind you leaped out at me. 3, the star in the middle was really vibrant. Cool. Giovanna, 1 from my throat chakra. Karen, 2, but felt 1 in my feet. Lovely. AJ, all. Tanya, good morning. Haven't typed anything but multitasking. Working out while listening. Awesome. Happy to have you today. Jennifer, 1 and 2. James, 3. Tiffany, I actually felt curious about all 3, like energized. Interesting to see how others felt about 3. Crazy how these messages are sent to us uniquely. Yeah, but we're all connected. We're all connected all of the time. All right, so what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with today's full moon? Card number 1 is card number 29. Ceres is the card, and the message is nurture. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Jupiter and Mars, named after Ceres, Roman goddess of the harvest, food, earthly fertility, and mother of Proserpina, goddess of the spring. It's also Persephone, right? When Pluto, or Hades, kidnapped Proserpina, or Persephone, and took her to the underworld to be his queen, Ceres threatened to starve the world until she was returned. Ceres signifies our relationship to food, for better or worse, cultivation, and the safety or loss of a child. Ceres' ancient rites initiated people into the secrets of death and rebirth through the symbolic harvest. Cut the heads off grain with a scythe, bury them, and new life arises. Mother and be mothered. Nurture and cultivate that which is growing, whether it's the harvest from the earth, the child from the womb, or the art from the artist. Real love can mean tough love, doing what's best for your beloved, even if they hate you for it. Love and nurture your own body with healthy, whole foods. Take them as communion with the organic world. Feel the earth beneath you, holding you, loving you through hard times. Let this abundance flow through you to others. Advocate for those who are weaker, vulnerable, or dependent. If your progeny, your project, or your harvest is being taken from you before ripening, be ready to starve the world until they are safe. Witness with strength and power. When the time is right, be willing to let go. For your progeny or creation to flourish, they must embark on their own journey. Once your job as nurturer is complete, let go and step into the next level of your own mastery. The challenge of Ceres: do not mistake smothering, enabling, or why are so many big words in this? Infantilizing? What is infantilizing? Do not mistake smothering, enabling, or infantilizing actions as signs of love. Once you release the object of your care, your life is not over. A new mystery begins. And the gift of this card: there is sacredness in your daily life. Loving, feeding, nurturing, gardening, and being in family, whether chosen or biological, are all part of a powerful spiritual path. The mother holds you. I could not stop thinking about the dog in this card. I'm just going to be honest. This feels, the whole energy of this card is saying that, like, you've done a lot to take care of your creations, whatever it is for everyone. You've done a lot to nurture and care for your creations. This card wants you to check in on, are you nurturing yourself? Are you being a good mother to yourself? And what is the best for everyone? That's the choice. That's the belief that's being highlighted right now. Are you doing what's best for everyone, or are you trying to control the situation because you don't want to give up what you've nurtured? We'll see what 3 says, Linda, as well. Julie has a cat named Persephone. Love it. Yeah, Christine, I thought about you too when series came up. Kalani really felt 3 in lower chakra, so going with 1 and 3. Cool. Treating someone as an infant. Infantilizing. Do not make smothering, enabling, or... Oh, infant, like infant. Infantilizing. Infantilizing actions. Interesting. Intriguing idea. Projects have their own journey. Yeah. Chantal, my harvest was literally stolen last year. I've been angry since this. Let go of the anger and that relationship. Nurture myself and my needs. I hear that. Thank you, Michelle. Giovanna's having a baby girl in March. Congratulations. Jackie, love that. Am I being a good mother to myself? Usually too busy mothering everyone else. Mm-hmm. It resonates highly with me. I also lost a child, Linda. You're here at the right place, right time. Infantilizing. Thank you, Jackie. I forgot what we were asking the cards already. I need the copy. What ideas and beliefs are being highlighted right now? I guess, I don't know. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but so when I was in high school, I had like I was very insecure about my reading, right? And I was one of those people that like the teacher would say like, okay, read these pages. And then all the class would be like chit-chatting and like blah, 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 blah. And there'd be so much noise in the room and I could not read because there was way too much going on. And then I just kind of assumed that I was a bad reader. And then I stopped reading and then I put books away altogether. And like, I'm also the baby of my family and I'd get teased a lot for not knowing how to pronounce words and not knowing what words meant and stuff. And then now look at what I do for a living is I read books to people and I explain them. I just think that's so funny that was like my biggest holdback, my biggest setback in school. I was a very smart kid, but I just couldn't read when the teacher said to read in class. It's funny. Roxanne, the ideas of humanity for all peoples of the world. I love it. What other ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? So the first one was the mothering. Are you nurturing? Are you being nurtured? Is it an even balance? Pretty much. What other ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? Card number 2 is card number 19, which is the moon. And the key word is perception. The moon, ruler of Cancer, speaks of the deep inner river of emotions. What motivates you, how you experience and express your feelings, and how you nurture and need nurturance. You don't say. In your astrological chart, the moon is as important as the sun, even though it's much smaller. By a coincidence of relative size and distance, from our earthly perspective, the sun and moon, our symbols of consciousness and unconsciousness, appear to be the same size, and this proportion makes eclipses possible. The moon cycles through the zodiac in 27.5 days, changing signs every 2 days and coloring our moods, habits, and behaviors. First, perceive what unspoken emotional inner calling and patterns drive you. Look to your own moon sign. When you cooperate with your moon's emotional motivation, you'll find it easier to walk in harmony with your path. Next, investigate the needs and wants of those around you. The emotions underneath the surface actually run this show. Those primary drives are expressed through habits and actions, nuance and expression, rather than through words. Look for that underground ocean. It carries the soul's energy. Speak to the insecurities that slow this process. Act in a way that helps others feel nurtured, warm, and emotionally connected. Make them feel at home. Tend the food, water, the home base. Like the moon, the energy in the situation will wax and wane. So assess the current phase and work with those cycles. The challenge of the moon card: look to feelings rather than logic to move the situation forward. Notice any strange responses to anxiety, touchy personal defenses, nepotism, xenophobia, subjectivity, or insecurity, either in your motivation or in those around you. Tend to the fear that lies underneath these behaviors. The gift of this moon card: you are one with the ebb and the flow. Watch what sign the moon occupies each day, and let the moon teach you about its phases. Align yourself with those tides and make your life easier. So what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? Well, this card is directly repeating the series card about nurturing, and that is because the moon is the ruler of Cancer, the zodiac sign Cancer, and Cancer is the archetype of the mother. So the moon itself holds a lot of mothering qualities, and with that comes nurturing self and others. This card definitely is highlighting the emotional sense of what's happening right now, which I think is interesting because the full moon is in Gemini, and Gemini is such a mental sign. So what beliefs, what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? This one might need the third card to like pull the meaning out, unless you guys are getting anything else. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Nicole, I'm experiencing something similar to Linda with my fur baby. Card 1 resonated. I'm sending love to all you guys. Kalani, evolution. Love that, Jackie. Tanya, I can relate to the reading issue. I find it impossible to concentrate with a lot of noise around me. Yeah. Julie is a Cancer. Tanya is the same with reading. Or Kalani's the same. Beautiful card. Christine, funny how I even want to nurture mother everyone on this live today. Chantel, need to delve deeper into my moon in my chart. I am aware that my unconscious process of running out of time and being pressured of time affects me majorly. Looking forward to looking more into this. You're welcome, Chantel. Juliet, spoke to me. I would benefit from following the moon. This might be also calling to like your specific moon sign in your chart. It did talk about that as well. So what ideas and beliefs? I don't know. Tiffany, yes, I'm anxious about 3, the one I chose. Something is telling me to listen and it has me so curious about it. I wanna wrap up card 2 first and I feel like I haven't gotten the meaning yet about card 2. But we'll get to card 3, Tiffany, I promise. Do we look at the transit of the moon in our chart? So, Lydia, today the full moon is happening at 4 degrees of Gemini. So you can look there, or you can also find your natal moon, where the moon was when you were born. And see if that gives any. Vienna, my emotions have become very mental these past 2 days, thinking, all the thoughts that are about my healing. Creative, I'm a Sag with the moon in Gemini, trying to learn about all of this now. It's the teaching and learning axis. You're always learning. Okay, your moon is in Aries, so what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? Being first, starting the thing, being best, being fiery. Oh, Michelle, same. We have a couple more full moon babies. Nicole, Virgo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, letting go of perfectionism. Greg, I like how the card explained how the eclipses are made possible because of our perspective from Earth. Like that. Elisa is a Sag with moon in Cancer. Chantal, my moon is in Gemini, my first house. Is this to do with putting myself first? In the first house, it can be. I see that more as like you're tied to how you think about yourself. You have an emotional attachment to how you think about yourself. Creative, amen, and this is great timing with you today. Awesome. Lydia, my natal moon is in the 7th house. It says transit in the 3rd house. Sun in Virgo, and Moon is in Libra. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just overwhelmed with all the words and things, and I'm trying to like figure this out. So I'm just gonna read card 3 and see what comes of that. So we had series to nurture, the moon, about perception. What ideas and beliefs are being highlighted with today's full moon? Card number 3 brings us card number 5, which is Leo, and the message is shine. Shine for the benefit of all. Leo's lion symbol asks you to be brave, be visible, share from your heart, and warm all of those around you. Leo is a fixed fire sign ruled by the sun and is connected to the heart, liver, and upper back. The sun shimmers here July 21st through August 22nd-ish. Take your space, be visible, light up the room, but also honor the light within others. Leo asks you to be the hearth fire of the situation. Hold other people's attention, not just for your own ego, but for their benefit, as an actor or teacher would do. Warm their lives and be the person that people gather around to share stories. Bask in the sun. Cultivate your community with love. Share the bounty of your culture. Renew your spirits by living life to its fullest. Be honest rather than modest. Dramatize the situation to get your point across. Just be sure to track where the truth ends and hyperbole begins. Connect your expression and creative process to real feelings and honest facts. Teach, share, be generous with what you know, are, and have, and know that those actions attract the love and appreciation you need. Then offer that same level of attention to others, and they will love you for it. People deeply appreciate being seen by you. Learn when to shine and when to step back and center another person, idea, or community. The challenge of this card: if you are acting from a place of soul hunger, you can mistakenly think that any attention from others will fill that gaping hole. Not all attention is good attention. Stubbornness, the fear of being wrong, or the desire to be seen as the leader may blind you to what is urgently needed. Melodrama can disconnect you from the real feelings involved. The gift of the Leo card: love. Leo rules the heart. So bring your energy and intention into your heart and let this chakra become a beacon. Honor the heart within each person you meet and watch the dynamic shift. So what ideas and beliefs are being highlighted? The idea of how you shine, the belief that you're able to shine. And I hope that this card gave you a little bit more of some permission to shine, because I feel like it's just in our society, in our culture, we're just kind of conditioned to not be big, because we want to give other people the spotlight. We want to be like polite to everyone else. But when you shine, you innately light up everyone else around you. And you're able to nurture people more when you have nurtured yourself. When you shine at your brightest, you're naturally nurturing others. And I think this is where this comes in. It's the perception of shining. Shining doesn't have to be egotistical. It doesn't have to be like you don't have to put others down because you have a bright light. It's the exact opposite. Leo energy is the exact opposite. It shines so that it's like the flashlight. It is the sun for everyone else. Oh, interesting. Wow. I got a hair in my eye. I wonder what that means. This is how my brain works, guys. I got a hair in my left eye while I'm talking about shining. What does that mean? And I lost my whole train of thought. It's the perception of what does it mean to shine. Can you nurture others by changing your perception of nurturing yourself? which comes a little bit full circle to that whole Saturn T-square with this full moon. If you missed, you can watch the replay on YouTube for the full description, but full moon has Saturn, or the full moon has the sun and the moon opposite of each other. Today, Saturn happens to be right in the middle, forming a T-square. Saturn has been asking us to stop, pause, think, not think, pause, stop acting, and I lost my train of thought again. What was I saying? I think, yeah, Saturn wants us to pause and like reconfigure our thoughts about how much we take care of ourselves. If we keep trying to take care of everyone else, you're not leaving anything for yourself. It's like you literally have to put yourself first in order to be best for everyone else. I love it, Tiffany, being free of fear. Jess is a Leo sun. Tanya, wow, that feels so accurate to what I was asking. Jess needed to hear this today. Today is the 14th anniversary of my sister's death. I have a strained relationship with my mom. This reading is giving me a lot to think about today. I'm sending you love, Jess. I'm glad that this is helping you with everything. Chantel, discernment and balance for me. Been seen, but let others be seen and lead with love. Yeah, and it's not always about being the brightest light in the room, but it's knowing when you have something to shine about and when other people have something to shine about. Jackie, self-shining reminds me of raising your own vibration to raise the vibration of others. 100%. 100%. I guess that star is really vibrant. Oh, this is amazing. I am a full-time coach to sing. Tanya, I wanted to know about my new job and my performance compared to others. Cool. Wendy, in another course, they talked about how the full moon is bright from the light of the sun. Just arriving. The energy here feels really nurturing. Okay, Eric, did you even see this card? This is our first card today. It's nurture. That's really funny. You weren't sure how it went together. That came out so beautiful, Jackie. I agree. Creative, this is the Star Codes Astro Oracle. I love it. We're going to pull from one more deck. And we're literally going to re-ask the same question we asked the last time we were together. I don't remember when that was, Wednesday maybe. But we're going to ask, what does Saturn want us to reflect upon today? Saturn has been squaring. When a Saturn square means pause, hold the phone, hang on. The last time, this was when the sun was entering Sagittarius. It was last Wednesday. We asked, what does Saturn want us to reflect upon? And it was our judgment. It was, are you listening to your higher self or are you listening to your smaller self, essentially? So today we're going to ask the Sacred Medicine Oracle. What does Saturn want us to reflect on today? Saturn is T-squaring the full moon. What does he want us to slow down in here? Julie says, thank you, Jackie. This changed my perspective today. Validation that even though I am off, I can still make a difference in my life and others. I love to hear you say that. That's a message that I'm trying to get into my own soul, but I teach it all the time. I teach that, like, you don't really need to do anything. You just need to be the best version of yourself, or like, not always, you don't have to strive for perfection, but you just have to take care of yourself and be you and shine, and then you're helping everyone else. Love that. You are enough. What does Saturn want us to reflect upon today? Feel free to send your energy into this deck for one last card. If you've been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. If you haven't yet followed me on Insight Timer, there's another way to exchange energy. You get to see when I post my classes, and then you can show up to them. If you have not followed me on YouTube, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you can get all the replays in case you miss any of these, or if you can't be here for the full thing, or if you want to go back and check. What else? If you want to see everything else that I'm up to, you can check out my link tree. It's in my Insight Timer bio. You hear that music change? I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Today I have Calm Whale playing. Calm Whale usually does live streams for the lunar events. It's just a YouTube channel. Yeah, and it's nice. We're pulling from the Sacred Medicine, and it got very tribal as soon as I pulled this card. Much faster heartbeat. Tiffany and Jackie, thank you guys for your donations. I appreciate them. All right, so what does Saturn want us to reflect upon today? Card number 17 is Sacred Tears. The message is expression. I already did this morning. Tears hold our sacred waters, memories, essence, and medicine. Today you are invited into a healing space by the power of spirit and the ancestors. They hold you, they see you, and they encourage you to express all that you have held onto so tightly. Oh my gosh, full moon, let it go. Immutable, all this mutable energy, just let it go. Let it go. Stop holding on so tightly. It's been a challenging time, and there is no shame in acknowledging this. Recall all the tears you have swallowed back or emotions you have pushed down. It's time for them to release. Raw emotions and feelings are a call for love. This card is a reminder that you are worthy of taking space and time to allow for all to pass through. Let your tears fall to the earth so your sacred waters can enter the soil. As we deeply feel, we can truly heal. This time of sadness and vulnerability is essential for you to move through so the next cycle can enter. The sacred tears that are held in your own body and spirit also hold the tears of your ancestors and relatives. When you shed them, you heal the past, present, and future generations. Your medicine waters bless the world. It's safe to express your emotions at this time. Release the grief and pain, for as you do, there is more capacity for joy and ease to flow. This is so nice. So I don't normally read the sacred ceremony, but this one seems very applicable. There's a sacred ceremony that comes with the book. This one says, gently place your hands over your eyes and feel the generations of love that pulse through you and to you. There are times that you held back the puddles that formed in your eyes, swallowed down your truth, or wiped your tears too quickly. These moments are met with compassion and healing as your hands meet those memories. You can let go now. There is no shame in the most authentic expression of your soul. And there is an affirmation, a healing affirmation. As I allow my tears to flow out of my heart and into the world, I heal deeply. As I allow my tears to flow out of my heart and into the world, I heal deeply. So much. There's so much. Cry. Are you crying? Please keep crying. It's so freeing. It feels so good. I love to talk about this all the time. When I was a kid, I used to be praised by my dad that I just wasn't a crier. And he probably made the comment like twice, and it's something that just stuck with me. And I was like, oh, Dad likes when I don't cry. He likes that I'm like not being emotional. Okay, I'll make his life easier and I won't cry. So I prided myself on not crying for a long time. And then a few years ago, I figured out what shadow work was, and then the floodgates opened, and I would be crying all the time. Not really, but like they would be like longer crying spells, you know, like 10, 15, 20-minute crying spells. And then once the floodgates got to evacuate and I was able to let go of stuff that I've been holding on to for decades, now I'll cry for like 2 minutes and I feel like I got years of expression out. Yeah, it's just great. It's great. You are literally letting go of stuff that you've been holding on to. Emotions are energy in motion, falling out of your eyes, energy in motion. We were given the ability to cry so that we could use it to cleanse. Let's see what you guys are talking about. And thank you so much, Christine, Gina, Eric, Jess. Thank you guys. I appreciate your donations. Kalani, this was great. Self-nurture to shine. Thank you, Jacqui and community. So grateful. Same. Tanya, thank you. You'll donate on my page. I appreciate it. Creative Fascinating. I've been doing shadow and inner child work. I'm in the process of creating a shadow work course for Insight Timer. So just know that that's in the works. I want to get it out to you guys as soon as I can. This card and the music of invocation is on point. Yes, Greg, what such a sweet and nurturing message. I guess so, like, to bring it all full circle, right? We started with the series card Nurture, and it was about nurturing yourself and nurturing those in your life, right? So put yourself in your highest divine mother essence, whether you're a dude or a lady. We all have a divine mother essence. So just sit yourself in there and then think about if you were to be mothering yourself in the highest divine expression, right? Full love, full compassion. Would you encourage yourself to cry and get it out? Probably, because you know it's going to be the best. It's going to be the most nurturing. And then honestly, once you cry, right? Once you allow your watery emotions to flow through you, the moon, water, emotion, then you'll be able to shine more brightly because you won't have those dark emotions guarding everything that is in there. It'll allow your light to come out more brightly. Lima, I just returned from an overseas trip to pay respect to my grandparents halfway around the world. Have you released some of their pain? I love it. I don't want to go into like a whole thing, but a lot of times when I do cord cuttings, I'll cry for the other person. Like I act as a channel to express their emotions in the hopes that it like lightens their load. Not that I'm like taking their emotions on. It's literally just a channel. I just open it and I let it go from my body, hoping that it lets it go from theirs. You might be able to do that with your ancestors and your family and those on the other side as well. Tears soften and open the heart. Can you recommend a good place to start with shadow work? Actually, now there's like shadow work journals, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but a lot of people do resonate with them because it just gets you to think about the questions that you don't normally ask yourself. My super blue collar husband has started doing a shadow work journal and he likes it. He's like, wow, I never would have thought why I'm afraid of this thing or why I think I have to be this way. So like, that's really cool. There's a popular one going around TikTok right now and like, it's good. It's honestly good. I've been using it with him. So if you go on TikTok, if you search the shadow work journal, it's going to be like the first one that comes up. There are some on Amazon that you can check out. You can always try just searching the internet for like shadow work journaling prompts. If you can wait a few months, it's going to take me a while to get this course together, but if you can wait, like I promise I deliver really good courses, so my shadow work course will be coming out, or on Insight Timer, just in general, search inner child, search shadow work, and see what kind of meditations come up. There's one that I really like, and it's in my group. It's in our spiritual community. So if you click on my face on Insight Timer on the bottom right hand corner, my group is called Our Spiritual Community. There's a library in there and it's like way far back, but it's called like Shadow Work for Inner Child Healing or something. And it's like a 30-minute meditation. I love it. That's what I'm going to say right now. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, my son literally asked me last night why we cry. I love that. Yeah, this affirms a lot of things I've been having lately. A lot of thoughts, Gina. That's so cool. Chantel, interesting you had a hair in your eye. Maybe the card is telling you you need to cry. Interesting. Thank you for that. This is so perfect, Hilda. My mom just died and I needed it. Oh, I'm glad that she sent you here to hear these messages so that you can begin to heal. Christine, nurturing myself is my #1 aspect of my life. I had to wake up, slip and fall 2 days ago. My body made it so that I need to slow down. Thank you so much for sharing your gift. That's what the universe will do. That's Saturn squaring all these planets. Like, nope, you're not listening. Now you're injured. Thank you, Christine, for explaining. Shadow work is inner child work, letting go of things that you no longer need that you've been carrying. Beliefs. Outdated belief systems, like little Jacqui believed, oh, crying is bad because dad likes when I don't cry. It's poppycock. Poppycock. Bye, Tiffany. Nice to see you. Jacqui, Christine, isn't it always so obvious in hindsight when we're being told to slow down? I love it. Do you remember who it's by? I don't, Lee. I can't remember off the top of my mind. But I know it's in our spiritual community because I've shared it before. And the image is of like a mother holding a child. And it's pretty far back in the library of meditations. But thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm glad that my technology worked out and we had a smooth stream. And I'll be back on Friday, December 1st. I don't remember what we're talking about. Let me look at what we're talking about. I can actually look over here. Oh, Mercury's going to be entering Capricorn. So we have just this week of Mercury and Sagittarius, our thoughts wanting to expand and explore and philosophize. And we'll talk about it on Friday, what it means to have Mercury in Capricorn. Getting ready for Mercury retrograde season, which isn't that bad. It's not that bad. I think shadow work is looking at the aspects you don't like in others and finding them in yourself to accept your whole self as perfect. Inner child work is nurturing your child self to negate, neglect, etc. and accept yourself as perfect. I love it, creative. I haven't really taken the time to define, I guess, because it's so vast. I believe shadow work includes inner child work. Shadow work includes cord cutting. Shadow work, yes, is embracing your whole self, your whole shadow. I love it. All right, guys, I will see you on Friday. Brain fart. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your love, support, and energy. Namaste. Sending love to all. I'll see you guys on Friday.